Great day, everybody. This is Sam LaFrancois, and I just wanted to plug in this very brief intro to my first day in court of my own divorce. As you know, I've done 1,000 divorces for many others, but this is me documenting my own. My divorce took place during the pandemic, so that means it was virtual. It took place by way of computer for the most part. It ended up in court, face to face, and wait until you see that video. But this one is simply about me talking about what goes into my very first hearing and what would go into your very first hearing if you ever had to begin a divorce and it involved a trial or a contested divorce. This is a preliminary conference. That's what I talk about today. And a preliminary conference is when the court tries to either get you all to settle out, to really try to get you not to waste your time in court, or they try to say, if you're not going to settle and you guys can't work things out yourself, these are the ingredients. These are the things you need to bring to your next hearing, just to make sure that the court can make the decision over your life that you refuse to make for yourself. So check it out. You'll learn something. It starts off slow, but as you subscribe, and I encourage you to subscribe, you will learn a lot. You'll be very interested. And it's very new for me to talk about my personal business, but I think it's going to be very helpful. So tune in, subscribe, and guess what? In my life, in your life, the best is always yet to come. So enjoy or learn, whatever. So great morning. This is June 2nd, 2021, and an interesting day. Thanks for following my story so far. This is my first divorce hearing, my own. My first divorce hearing. If I'm going to be technical, they call it a PC, or preliminary conference. It's where you try to put all the items on the table and hopefully settle, where both parties can settle on divorce. That'd be nice. It would have been nicer if we could settle outside of having to go to court. But in a PC conference, the judge tries to save everybody time, or the court tries to save everybody time, and gets to see if someone's going to be willing to cooperate, if both sides are willing to cooperate, and thus, settle out today, make all the agreements, and then the divorce can be finalized with a little bit of paperwork afterward, and you're done. That's some of the time, and that's the hope. Most of the time, what happens is we realize it's not going anywhere. This thing should probably go to trial. And if it's going to go to trial, we need to put all these items on the table: bank statements, income, proof of income, health insurance, life insurance. Put all the business of the marriage on the table so the court can do what? Decide how to divvy it up, to see if there's anything worth divvying up at all. Because just because you have stuff doesn't mean it's necessarily going to disappear. You may not have enough to give away, but the court needs to see it. They don't know. They don't know who's telling the truth. They don't know who's lying. Normally, this is a case where guys like me, or guys in particular, say, well, this is where I get taken to the cleaners. And that's what makes going to court very stressful. What I've chosen to do is not to exercise those thoughts in this. And my clients who I've assisted in uncontested divorces, I try to help them keep cool. So this is a great lesson for me to apply a lot of the things that I've told my clients: to be cool, to relax. No one in the room is your enemy, especially not my ex. She's not my enemy. The judge isn't my enemy. The lawyers aren't my enemy. I'm not going to choose to have an enemy today. I'm going to go in focused. It helps to trust God, which I do. Got my Bible right here, and I'm reading it not for any kind of miracle to happen in anywhere else, but in my mind and in my heart. God can make a miracle happen in the entire session, the entire room, virtual room or actual courtroom. But I trust the process. I may not be confident in the system, but I trust the process. So let's see what comes out of it. I'm going in. I feel good. I feel really good. I'm fighting off minor feelings of anxiety, but I'm not going to fall victim to those. And I'm just really glad you're here to be on this journey with me. Maybe you'll learn something, or maybe you'll just sit back and get ready for your own preliminary conference and hear little tidbits that may prove to be helpful. I hope this is helpful, because I'm not trying to do this for anything primarily other than to be helpful. So it starts in a few minutes. I wish I could record it. I don't think that's appropriate, but I'll give you enough of a gist of what happened. So I'll be back. Preliminary conference day. Today's a great day, regardless. So the conference is over. It was interesting, and then it got boring, and then interesting again. So I got to be really careful because I don't want to put anybody out there or say anything that would be more hurtful. So I'll just speak about the procedural part and my side of it. So I had all my documents ready. My ex-wife's attorney wasn't very prepared, as a lot of attorneys aren't. This isn't a diss towards attorneys in general. It says, just like anything else in life, there's high, middle, and low. There's a lot more of the low quality of things out there in the world than there are mid or high. This attorney is very low quality, and wasn't very prepared with anything. And that's not even me dissing. I mean, telling the truth isn't a diss. Remember that. And so I had everything ready. We made adjustments to the child support. My child support is at a number where I agreed to. It's reasonable. It's reasonable. It's reasonable. Perhaps some people would say that it's a great deal. But I don't. When it comes to children and taking care of your children, I'm not looking to make a deal. I'm looking to do what's right according to my children before even the law. But the law does exist, and we have to follow it, right? So I stuck to a number that I thought was very, very fair. And of course, as all great fathers should do, I'm going to be taking care of my children, above and beyond that to the extent needed. So, but nothing really got done. The divorce is not done yet, as much as I would like to see it come to a conclusion. It looks like we're not there yet. There's still plenty more to do, a lot more to learn, a lot more to experience. What we have to do is present more documentation because everyone wants to see each other's income to come up with, to revisit child support, to discuss alimony and things of that nature, because those things are typical in a procedure like this. So let's see how it turns out. I have to prepare these documents. Maybe I'll show you some of that. I'll try to make it interesting. But the next thing is to determine what's going to happen in terms of the division of finances. And also, there's a discussion that needs to be had about the kids, because we have 4 children at different age ranges. And the question is, what happens when the children are split, where one or more of the children want to live with one parent and the remaining children want to stay with the other parent? See how tough this thing can get? So many choices you got to make. For some of you, it might be better off for you to try to reconcile and work things out. The mess that you're into is easier to fix, maybe by fixing the marriage, than by going through a divorce. Because as you can see with me, a mess is going to get messier before it gets better. And I trust God that I'm going to learn something about myself, who I am, and who I'm going to be. Because you'll learn a lot more about yourself than you ever will about your ex at this point. And hopefully your children will learn a lot of great things about you and how to endure a difficult process. Hope to see you soon. Next hearing date is July 8th. Maybe I'll catch you in between. Peace.